Chris Broussard with a hearty man beard there. Look at that. That looks like you're getting ready for a long NBA winter.
Yes, I'm excited. I don't know. I hear a lot of people say they're not excited about the season, but because we all know Golden State's going to win. But the journey is going to be great. How we get there is going to be great.
By the way, I know Alabama's going to be in the championship game and probably win. I'm still going to watch Michigan State this weekend.
Right.
I want to see the fun. I want to see Harbaugh. I want to see. I know most things in my life. I know the outcome.
I was going to say, we all love the movie Titanic.
We
knew what was going to happen.
Iceberg ship, it hits it.
Right. But we love the journey.
My favorite movie in the last 10 years could be Apollo. You ever see Apollo?
Yep.
Tom Hanks, Apollo 13. I know they're safe. I know they got through.
But it's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
Journey.
I like the journey of it. So it's like college football. I'm going to be glued.
Like Mission Impossible?
I know that Tom Cruise isn't going to fall off a cliff. I still love Mission Impossible. I want Michigan State this weekend on FS1. It's going to be one of the games of the year.
That's right. It's not going to be the national champion, but you're absolutely right.
Right. So
I'm with you.
Let me start with this. So LeBron debuts tonight in Portland. I think it's fascinating for a lot of reasons. Most good teams in the NBA, we sort of know what we're getting. I got a superstar, a bunch of young dudes, and cast-offs. I have no idea what I'm getting with this team. I think I know, but I don't really know. Do you know?
Well, what I'm going to be watching for tonight is how LeBron plays. I think this season, and this is critical for the Lakers' success, is that he needs to be off the ball and in the post more than ever in his career. Not exclusively. I still want him handling the balls occasionally, and we know in clutch moments he's going to have the ball in his hands. But they have so many players that are worthless without the ball. Lonzo Ball, Rajon Rondo, Lance Stevenson, they need the ball in their hands. They're playmakers. And so LeBron has to be off the ball. If he's going to play the way he always has, which is, he has the ball 70% of the time, driving, kicking out the shooters, it's going to be a long season for them because they don't have shooters.
No, and by the way, LeBron's first year in Miami with D. Wade, similarly, that LeBron and Wade were kind of the similar players, not great shooters at the time,
right.
Very athletic, loved to finish at the rim. Ball-dominant guys who loved to finish at the rim. It took them about 17, 18 games, and that's when D. Wade was still a real star, and Bosh was there. It took them, let's say, 20 games to kind of be like, okay, this is the way it's going to work. And even then, at the end of the year, it didn't work.
And Wade basically stepped aside and said, all right, it's your team, LeBron, do your thing.
But you had 3 stars. Here you have 1 star and a guy who I think is going to become a star. So here's what I worry about, is that LeBron is so big, at least with D. Wade, Bosh, Kyrie Irving, Love, they're all stars.
Right.
They weren't frightened of it. Are all those Laker players, is it going through their mind constantly, get LeBron the ball, it's LeBron's team? That is, I think, going to take until the All-Star break to figure out for those guys.
Well, I didn't see that in the preseason. I thought he was off the ball a good amount in the preseason. So, because LeBron's such a great passer, if he's in the post, if you don't double me, I'm going to punish you and score. If you double me, I'm going to kick it to cutters for backdoor layups or layups, or I'm going to pass out to shooters. It might be a mid-range shot rather than a 3, but they got some guys that can hit mid-range shots. So I think they can be effective. Look, I said it last week on your show, you don't have to always hit a ton of threes to be successful in this league. San Antonio's done it. Memphis has done it. If you're very good at something else, and they can be very good at running the floor with all those young legs, so the half court's going to be the challenge for them, so they need to get up and down.
This team is young, athletic, long. They'll run the court fine.
Yep.
They'll run the court fine. It'll be in that half-court stuff, which, by the way, that's where Boston's great, in the half-court set. And to get to the cream of the crop in the NBA, Golden State can be great in the half-court offense.
Yep.
And by the way, we know when the playoffs happen, you get less freebie baskets. Lakers will get a lot of freebie baskets with this team.
I've predicted 53 wins and LeBron's the MVP for the Lakers.
That seems a little.
Maybe I might be a little high. Maybe 51. It might be more what it is. But this is why I feel that way. I think LeBron's going to be more focused on the regular season this year than he has the past few years. Because in Cleveland, it was not about the regular season. It was about June. And can we get to the finals and win it? This is the first time in years for LeBron. He's not going to admit it, and he shouldn't. But inside, he knows we're not beating Golden State unless something crazy happens. We're not getting to the finals. So I don't think he's playing to get to the second or the third round. That's not going to impress him. I believe he wants that MVP award. He'll tie Michael Jordan with his 5th MVP. I think he feels these past few years he should have won one of these years and wasn't really even in consideration. And I think he wants to be the oldest guy, 16th season, to win an MVP award. These are all things that he can mark off on his great resume. And so I think for him to get the MVP, he's going to have to win close to 50, if not 50 games.
By the way, there's been a couple of stories out there. This is becoming a narrative that nobody wants to play with LeBron. Kawhi doesn't want to. Paul George didn't want to. Jimmy Butler didn't want to. Okay, let me push back on that. LeBron's a forward. The next great Lakers star after LeBron is Brandon Ingram, who I think is going to become a star. He's a forward. You could bring Kyle Kuzma, a forward, off the bench. I don't think they need a forward. I think they could use a big who could do Anthony Davis. If they're not going to get Giannis, but they could get Anthony Davis. This idea that nobody wants to play with LeBron, Jimmy Butler's a head case. Paul George has never hit a big shot in his life. And I think Kawhi's good, but he's a little odd. He's a little odd. Yeah, he's a little odd. So my takeaway...
That was frightening.
Yeah, it was something I'm not comfortable with.
Right.
But in the end, I think this narrative is a bunch of hooey. The bottom line is they don't need all these forwards on the market.
I have to say that, first of all, we know we're inching toward positionless basketball.
Right.
Like, if they could get Kevin Durant, I think he'd be a perfect fit with LeBron.
And he'd be another forward.
There. But still, LeBron can handle the ball. LeBron's essentially a point guard when he wants to be. And so he and Durant, I think he and Kawhi would be great because LeBron's such a great ball handler. Look, there's reason to believe the narrative, though. Let's just be honest.
You think so?
Kyrie left him. Kawhi, if the rumors are true, Kawhi and Jimmy Butler don't want to play for the Lakers. Jimmy Butler listed every team in New York and L.A. and then another glamour market, Miami, but not the Lakers.
Okay.
Now they may be wrong.
By the way,
but I'm just saying, we have seen several players. Paul George didn't even meet with the Lakers.
Why do we blame LeBron because Jimmy Butler doesn't want to play with him? Jimmy Butler is a head case.
I don't blame LeBron.
We're all going.
I don't blame LeBron. And these players do have their warts, and they may flat out be wrong. But I'm saying there is growing evidence that there's something to this. Some of the players don't want to play with LeBron, and there's a few things. One, he is ball dominant.
Yes.
And he's a system. That's one thing Kevin Durant does have over LeBron. Kevin Durant can fit into a system. LeBron becomes the system. And that's what I'm saying. In L.A. here, I think he needs to fit more into a system versus being the system. And a lot of guys don't want to. We watch Chris Bosh become a glorified role player. We watch Kevin Love do the same thing. We watch Dwayne Wade say, step back, I'm going to be 80% of the player I can be. That's what happens because LeBron is so great and does everything so well. And then off the court, now everybody respects what he's doing. All the players are trying to emulate what he's doing. From the way he's dressed to his business interests to, becoming a power broker in the league, politics. Every player wants to mimic what LeBron James is doing. However, if you're on the team, he overwhelms everything.
No, he does. He overwhelms coaches. He overwhelms owners.
Right, and some of these players want their own. They want to be the big fish, even if it's a small. No,
this is one of the criticisms of LeBron, which is not a criticism. It's almost like saying, Amazon.com. They just overwhelm retail. Yeah. And that's because they're great. Like, they came up with a better business model. LeBron is like Amazon. He's like Netflix.
No, right.
It's over.
You're absolutely right.
But I credit Amazon and Netflix and LeBron for being so great they can do that because everybody wants to do that. LeBron just he is the system because he's so dominant.
You're absolutely right. And this is where I look at Jimmy Butler and I say, wait a minute. You're telling me it's all about winning? But you don't want to play with LeBron in L.A. You want to be in L.A. You want to be Hollywood.
I've seen him here.
Why not play with LeBron? Don't tell me it's all about winning when your list is Brooklyn, the Clippers, and the Knicks. All right? I'm just saying. And Miami.
All right. So LeBron is in Portland tonight, the Rose City. That'll be fun in the Rose Garden. And good seeing you. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.